Halo. Sorry, nge-lag. Oke, apa ya? Live hari ini cuma live reaction doang sih. Kita nggak ngapa-ngapain. Mungkin review sebelum pertandingan. Line up-nya tadi sama aja kan, line up-nya sama yang kemarin, cuman Justin masuk. Ya kan, Justin masuk. Si Calvin Verdong main di wingback kiri. Terus siapa lagi nih? Habis itu Yenner sama Chuaon. Oh, si Tom Hae nggak main. Iya, Tom Hae nggak main. Tom Hae juga nggak main. Mungkin kecapean atau ada apa mungkin. Terus Witan digantiin sama Marcelino. Optimis guys, bisa guys. Kemarin aja Australia kalah sama Bahrain, masa kita nggak bisa ngalahin Australia? Harusnya sih serangan kita lebih mantap hari ini. Saya si Verdong udah main di wingback kiri. Crossingnya Verdong kan bagus, shootingnya dia juga kan kenceng. Skor berapa? Skor nggak bisa ngomong sih kalau skor. Realistisnya draw sih sebenarnya. Wih, by the way, live-ku bakal ke delay ya. Soalnya aku nontonnya dari YouTube bukan dari TV. Jadi reactionku bakal ke delay. Kalau kalian nonton dari TV bakal beda, lebih cepat beberapa detik. Kalau dari YouTube dia agak telat. Masih gila, GBK full house guys, penuh GBK. Oke, pemain udah mau masuk ke lapangan pemain. Yuk, bisa yuk. Masa udah makan belum? Udah dong. Bisa sih ini. Ini rank 2 itu masih terbuka sih guys sebenarnya. Kalau kita misalnya menang lawan Australia misalnya, atau draw, terus yang tim-tim lain dibantai, kita bisa kayak peringkat 2. Kalau peringkat 1 kan ya udah nggak mungkin ya.
to grab one of those two automatic qualifications
peringkat 1 kan karena udah pasti Jepang lah. Tapi kalau peringkat 2, 3, 4 ini masih sebenarnya masih bisa nih, masih open banget.
In action against each other today, which may be something of a fillip for Australia as they look to make up for that stuttering start. 25 degrees centigrade, plenty of humidity around as well. It's going to be a warm night, and it is a packed stadium, a sea of red as the Jakarta locals look to get behind their national team. Indonesia started in the very first round of qualifying, and they come into this stage, it's fair to say, as outsiders. Their 1-1 draw, though, in Saudi Arabia showed plenty of battling qualities, particularly in that second half. They withstood long spells of Saudi pressure to cling on for a precious point, and that certainly suggested that there'll be no pushover for any of the big names that occupy this group. Of course, Australia's caused not out by Japan's 7-0 hammering of China. Just to remind you, in this stage it is the top 2 from the 3 groups that automatically qualify for the 2026 World Cups. The teams that finish 3rd and 4th go into a further group round to play off for more qualification spots. Shot there of
Ini sih Tom Haye nggak main ya. Tom Haye itu penting banget loh padahal.
A bit of pressure now after that defeat to Bahrain, an agonising loss. Harry Souttar's own goal in the 89th minute, snatching all 3 points for Bahrain. And
Ini pemain udah
having dropped the ball at home.
Udah mau masuk lapangan.
Let's not forget, this is a repeat of January's Asian Cup last 16.
Marcelino starter, ganti Witan.
By 4 goals to 0 in Qatar. It was the first meeting of
By the way, sorry ya guys kalau nggak bisa bacain komen.
Now they meet for the second time.
Hari ini kita fokus dukung timnas.
Only ever won once against the Socceroos in 16 previous attempts.
Sintayong.
Australia well on top, winning all 12. Here is the Indonesian coach, Shin Tae-yong of South Korea, who was capped 24 times for his country. The coach who led Indonesia to their best ever Asian Cup finish, reaching the last 16, as I was just talking about, in Qatar at the turn of the year. Australia looking to qualify for their 6th successive World Cup, their 7th in total. Well, Indonesia's only previous World Cup appearance was way back in 1938 as the Dutch East Indies, where they played 1 game in a straight knockout
Tom Haye di
competition.
bangku cadangan. Bisa jadi Tom Haye ini mas di babak kedua nanti disimpan tenaganya. Soalnya kan kemarin dari Arab Tom Haye kecapean banget.
76 in the FIFA rankings, currently at 133. Australia, though, in the top 25 these days, 24th in all. Both teams have come through previous rounds. Indonesia had to beat Brunei, which they did comfortably, 12-0 on aggregate in the first round, then runners-up in their second round group behind Iraq, but 4 clear of Vietnam, so comfortably made it through. Australia pretty comfortable as well. They were given a bye from the first round because of their ranking. Top their Group I group, 10 points ahead of Palestine. They won all 6 games, scored 22 goals and not conceding against Palestine, Lebanon and Bangladesh. This is where it gets serious though. This trip to Indonesia, as difficult as it might prove to be, will be one that Graham Arnold will have earmarked to pick up all 3 points. The talk ahead of the game was how Australia need to improve, having failed to score in their opener against Bahrain. I'd expect to face a low block here, a low block that works so well for Indonesia. Remember Morat Mangoen's goal on 19 minutes, putting them ahead in Jeddah. They conceded in first half stoppage time. The second half was a siege. Indonesia proved that they were up for it, and it really was a fantastic point. Australia and Saudi Arabia dropping points in the opening round. Both nations looking to take advantage of the fact that Japan and Bahrain are facing each other today. Just over 77,000 the capacity here at the Gelora Bung Karno Stadium. to be found. Genuine excitement after that point in Jeddah against Saudi Arabia. The visit of the Socceroos. Jay Sessi, captain there for Indonesia.
Udah masuk ke lapangan nih pemain-pemainnya nih.
Australia in their traditional gold and green. A minute afterwards, and they made life difficult for themselves, losing to Bahrain.
Justin main guys, gacor sih guys.
Every team plays 10 games, 9 still to go to put those 2 automatic slots. The 2026 World Cup finals in Canada, the USA, and Mexico. Sides making their way out. There is a smattering of Australian support. Ready for the anthems.
Lagu kebangsaannya ini Australia. Ini Australia loh yang jago paling siapa kipernya. Kipernya kan dari mana? Dari AS Roma kalau nggak salah, Matthew Ryan ini. Indonesia Raya guys. Yuk bisa yuk, ayo strike. Ya tapi pemain-pemain diaspora ya udah hafal bahasa Indonesia semua loh guys. Kecuali yang baru gabung ya kayak Calvin Verdong gitu-gitu. Makin pas aja udah tadi bisa dikit-dikit loh kelasnya.
Can Indonesia build on that point in Jeddah by upsetting the Socceroos? Still smarting themselves from Thursday. Home form has been decent here. They've won 3 of their 4 qualifiers at home, keeping clean sheets in 3 of them. Indonesia make a couple of changes to the starting 11 against Saudi Arabia. The goalkeeper and back four remain the same. Wolves midfielder Justin Hubner replaces Tom Hay in the centre of midfield. The other tweak sees Marcelino Ferdinand come in for Witan Suleiman. Ragnar Oramangoen keeps his place on the wing after his goal in Jeddah on Thursday. It was just his second in the international jersey of Indonesia. The one loss here in qualifying so far, 2-0 by Iraq, 2-0 against the Philippines in their last home game. It is an improvement. They had lost 7 successive home World Cup qualifiers until the current campaign, Indonesia. Refereeing team hails from Qatar. Salman Ahmad Falahi is the man in the middle. Conversation there with Matt Ryan, the Australian goalkeeper and captain. Joined by Jay Itzes, who wants the armband for Indonesia. For on-pitch officials from Qatar, as is the VAR team. Cassini Yengi suspended, Graham Arnold is always going to have to make some changes for Australia, but the act has certainly been swung as the Socceroos make 5 changes in all from the team that started the defeat to Bahrain. Cameron Burgess is brought into the defence and Keanu Bacchus into the centre of midfield. Having drawn a blank though last time out, Craig Goodwin keeps his place in the forward line. He's the only one that does though, with Silvera, Duke and Iran Kunda all brought in. Pre-match routines, both sets of players, both in huddles. The message is loud and clear from the Indonesia supporters. Places available, of course, with a 48-team World Cup. Americas. Such a competitive section, still very, very difficult to make it through for Indonesia. Made a good start though. Nothing like the confidence boost of that draw in Saudi Arabia. Now the next big test for a double away trip in October to face Bahrain and China for Indonesia. About ready for kick-off.
Kick-off udah dimulai. Punya aku agak telat ya by the way ya. Kalau kalian nonton di TV lebih cepat. Bisa yuk. Cuaon langsung. Sandy. Bisa. Shoot.
Onto the front foot and Matt Ryan forced into the center. Double save has struck from Sandy Walsh. The brightest of starts from the home team. The Socceroos sleeping from kickoff. I think Matt Ryan will probably feel he could have done better. He carried the ball straight out to Rafael Strunk. Yeah, it wasn't favourable though for the Indonesian forward, and it's a corner. Asking for the ball. Your bodies into the Australian penalty area early on for the home team.
Corner. Balik ke Walsh. Cross. Aduh. Walsh naik bolanya.
To feed the ball in. Time for a bit of pitch repair as well before.
Rumputnya jelek guys yang GBK-nya. Jadi crossingnya nggak masuk jadinya.
Now he's been in charge since 2020. Moved on from Simon McMenemy, who was relieved of his duties.
Jenner,
Jenner.
Marcel, Ragnar, balik ke Marcel.
The 1-2 and finds a bit of space. Oraman going forcing across. And another corner for Indonesia.
Kelas.
The crowd weren't up for this before kick-off. They certainly are now. There's talk of a low block from Indonesia, but they've started very much on the front foot here.
Hubner, bisa Hubner.
Says is in there. Verdonk and Rudo forward. The back five. Delivery this time. In a way, but as far as Rudo. To swing across it again. Australia just can't get out at the moment.
Corner lagi. Udah corner ke berapa ini? Ketiga ya?
It's been in charge since 2018.
Bisa ya.
Australia to the 2022 World Cup and to 2 Asian Cups, 2019 and earlier this year.
Alvin, Verdonk.
For international himself, Graham Arnold won 56 caps for Australia. Hubner being closely watched by Irvin. Kelvin Verdonk. The outswinging corner. Right
Aduh, sayang.
Through to Rido in the end.
Hati-hati.
And then Australia finally have a bit of possession.
Santai,
3
balikin.
minutes into the contest.
Jauh, mantap.
In pace. Sending it forwards. Santana and Burgess in each other's way for a second there. Forward by Burgess.
Kejauhan. J tutup. Mantap J. Bong J.
For the away side to play in. Needs to see a big improvement from his team, Graham Arnold. So what they saw in the opening game, the Gold Coast. The extra places available at the World Cup now for all the federations. Safety net if they don't make it into the top 2 of the next round, and even then the intercontinental playoffs. One of the major nations in the AFC don't make it through. They will only have themselves to blame now. It's Burgess.
Across.
Really pensive start from Australia. Keen not to Australia settle into their stride early. That's cleared away by Itzes. Edge now with the throw for Australia.
Control.
There though, the Indonesian captain.
Sit.
Actually forward, looking for the run of Oraman going. He feels he was fouled, and so does most of the stadium here. Chokati. The pace. Turned away from Rakunda. Brought in on the left side, Silvera on the right. It's Duke, a new addition to the forward line. Played on the left against Bahrain, expected to play more centrally this evening. By Irvin, clattered into by Jenner. Rino with the foot in.
Marcel.
With the header down.
Aduh, Marcel.
Frantic pace to the game in the opening moments. By Burgess. Flag up on the far side. Indonesia keeping their shape well and catching Australia offside.
Panas guys HP gue, paling bentar lagi aku stop live. HP gue panas beneran ini. Nanti ya kita live yang sebenarnya nanti ya.
Indonesian goalkeeper.
Aduh.
It's America these days for FC Dallas in MLS.
Ayo counter.
Indonesia with the ball and looking
Counter.
to counter with
Ragnar.
going.
Bos.
With his arms out down there as if to say, how's Walsh got so much space? But he has. Australia getting back in numbers now though. Here's Rido. Touchdown to Joan on. Joan again. Strike. Space to deliver now, Strike. She's made his way into the
Shoot.
penalty area.
Oh.
Joel twisting and turning. Shepherded out for a goal kick in the end. Good pressure again though from Indonesia. Chakati just doing enough in the end. Shepherded out for a goal kick. For Choa. It's at Swansea City. 22 in Rotterdam, one of the Dutch contingent in the Indonesian side. Well won by Verdonk.
Wah, Verdonk kelas. Sabar, balik dulu.
It says Rido. Confidence about Indonesia in possession here. Now they have a free kick. Which was late. Here for Craig Goodwin or just talking to? No, the card is out.
Kuning gak tuh? Kita live bentar ya guys, bentar lagi kita beres. Karena kenapa? Karena HP-nya panas. Aduh, sakit. Absolutely spot on with the yellow card. Tightrope now. Cassini Yankee sent off the Portsmouth forward. Lost to Bahrain, suspended for this one. Rido. Bos. Yuk,
Again.
mantap. Aduh, bisa.
Pick a pass. Here's Ferdinand.
Aduh, jauh banget Marcelino. Aduh. Out.
Claiming that was out of play.
Sayang. Sejauh ini possession kita lebih banyak sih ini daripada Australia.
4 of their last 10 games at home, 5 defeats. Indonesia. Around Libya twice and Argentina who won here 2-0. Victors in that run of 10 games.
Gila, Australia dikandangin sama Indo guys.
Qualification matches. Back to Martin Pace.
67% possession kita.
And that's 67% of the ball Indonesia. In the opening 11 minutes.
Australia 33% doang.
To Burgess. Rakunda. Flick off to Irvin.
Hati-hati. Kosong tengah.
It's his way into the
Oke,
penalty area.
aman. Mantap, Calvin Verdong.
Silvera.
Kenapa pause? Oh tadi saya udah ngasih pause, sorry nggak notice. Thank you. Semoga HP-nya masih bisa bertahan sampai babak pertama selesai. Di NDS rame nggak? Rame dong. Dijaga. Hati. Goal kick. Mantap.
Something on it. Touches off a defender. Referee doesn't agree. It's going to be a goal kick for Indonesia. Trying to get across his marker. Well, have come off the dunk. The last touch. Pace has it. It's his international debut. The draw against Saudi Arabia. His place again. 26, Martin Paes. MLS in 2022 from Utrecht. The Dutch contingent, he was born in
Mantap, kelas.
Netherlands up to under 21 level. As he's bench with the throw for Australia.
Aduh, ini pemain Australia apa sih jatuh mulu.
In fact it was. Badge can take the throw. Okay, short. To the box towards the middle. Cross.
Mantap Verdong.
An opening there.
Clear.
Just did enough to block off Chakati as he was about to pull the trigger. Between these two, but a foul by Chakati. Cap today for Australia. It's from Parma in Italy. He's actually born in Fidenza in Italy. It's cap for the Azzarini, the under-20s.
Marcel, dapetin bolanya.
Went for the return. It's a free kick for Australia. It's Duke fouled. Seconds piece on the ball.
Kipernya.
Suter.
Press kipernya.
Right to Burgess. To the defence today. Cameron Burgess. Moves on to double figures now for Caps, the Ipswich Town centre back.
Marcel.
In this World Cup qualifying campaign. We've now got 0-0. Now that this team has ridden out that early storm, they're beginning to see more ball now, Australia. It says it's away under pressure from Duke. Chakati's header. They're on by Burgess. Australian throw. Chakati with it. Options for him. Iran Kunda came short. Has to go long instead to Jackson Irvin, who made the run. They're out by Itzes. With Silvera.
Strike.
It's a good turn by Strike. Back though by Chakati. Then given away.
Ya elah, umpan apa itu?
Indonesian charge forward.
Sayang.
A little bit too much gusto though that time. Suter. Suter still reeling from that own goal winner for Bahrain on Thursday, but he was one of Australia's goal scorers in that 4-0 win against Indonesia in the Asian Cup in January. It's got a good record actually, with 11 goals, 31 appearances from centre-back, 2 in this qualifying campaign, coming against Palestine. Away by Rido. Australian throw. Bacchus. Silvera.
Mantap.
To come on the inside.
Hati, he shoot.
Read it. Range effort is deflected behind off Jay Itzes for an Australian corner. Jackson Irvin has certainly been lively in the centre for Australia. Forward to a Bundesliga campaign with Zan Pauli, Jackson Irvin after promotion from Bundesliga 2 last season. Number 72 for a veteran of 2 World Cups and 2 Asian Cups. Goodwin with the corner, the first of the game for Australia.
Hati.
Goodness me, that could have gone anywhere from.
Hati-hati for Bong.
For the centre back, it was just behind for another corner. It's going to be as centre back in a back 3 or even left back. Calvin Verdonk. It's for NEC Nijmegen in the Netherlands. Start from the corner.
Ini tinggi banget nih orang Australia ini. Gila, yang nomor 19 tinggi banget guys.
Two centre backs. Contest in terms of height, but Suter particularly tall. Good to deliver.
Hati.
Swinger again, headed away by Walsh.
Eraktar.
Too much about it. I think it came on. Blocked away by Hubner. Australia back in possession with Irvin. Puts the ball across again.
Martin pas, kelas Martin pas, gila. Ya ampun.
Looked as though it was going to be blocked initially. On the shot, took it through, and Martin Paes was there to make the save.
Hampir aja.
It's a real spell of concerted pressure from Australia. It was good work from Irvin and Harry Suter running onto it.
Hampir aja. Ini juga, kalau nggak diblok gila itu gol itu.
John tried to get himself in the way of it, but
Hati-hati. Jangan terlalu dalam. Gak dijaga.
Irvin again. Jenner with the challenge and another Australian corner. And it's the best spell of the game so far for the visitors. Certainly their best chance. To Suter, who found a way through the 2 Indonesian defenders who were closing him down. Paes, who was busy in Saudi Arabia. By Silvera.
Goal kick. Aduh, kamera
Another
lagi.
corner. Cap their early pressure with a goal. Can Australia get their best moment in the first half so far? Graham Arnold will certainly be hoping so. It's coming again from Craig Goodwin, the in-swinger towards the penalty spot.
Hati.
Burgess both in there.
Bahaya. Ih.
Header down is beaten
Ya
away by
ampun.
pace. A chance again for Harry Suter.
Tanggal 19 nih bahaya banget sih. Gak dijaga.
All over the place,
Ya.
the delivery from Goodwin. Suter was always going to get on the end of it. Had a good look at it as well. He was way above Jay Inces. He's across to make the save. Goodwin again. Defending for Indonesia.
Mantap. Ragnar, ya kejauhan kontrolnya.
Beaten to it though by Irakunda. Australia keep possession.
Gak bisa yuk.
In good form this year. This is the 12th game of 2024. They've won 8, lost 2 and drawn 1 of the previous 11. The defeat to Bahrain on Thursday ended a run of 4 straight wins without conceding a goal. They've been pretty tight defensively as well. It's Verdonk. It's qualifier for Australia, home to China on the 10th of October, and then a big trip to Saitama to face Japan.
Press aja udah.
Burgess.
Hati-hati, J, ayo J. Oh bisa J.
It's across.
Ih, kelas.
Pressure from Duke. It's Jenner. Jenner out to
Aduh.
strike. Sends it back to Matt Ryan. Backus. Burgess to Irakunda. He's to switch the play. Verdonk will be happy to see this out though.
Oke. Baru 0-0 ya. Masih seri. Masih
Coach of South Korea was Shin Tae-yong. 2017-2018. He's the first South Korean to be manager of Indonesia. And Arnold, by the way, set a record. He became the first manager in World Cup qualification history to win 11 straight games in a single campaign as Australia qualified for Qatar 2022. There's going to be a few more potholes in the road though to Mexico, Canada, and the United States. With the throw.
Ragnar, kelas.
Turn by Oraman.
Ayo. Ya, aduh.
Strike was the intended target, but Aziz Beg was there to intercept.
Hati-hati.
Now here's Duke. Surrounded by white shirts. Waiting for support. It arrives now from
Hati crossing
Silvera.
di crossing.
Again, and Backus ahead of him. Certainly settled down now into the shape we expect to see. Australia having a lot of the ball. Really bright opening. Quarter of an hour from Indonesia. They haven't conceded a goal in their away qualifying matches. It's Palestine, Lebanon, Bangladesh.
Aduh. Jangan nyampe lah. Aduh, Marcel. Bahaya, tidak.
Turn, but lost the ball. Now Goodwin, Irakunda. Difficult one to try and keep the header down. There wasn't too much pace on the delivery either, so had to try and introduce some. Who's now on the books of Bayern Munich. To make his debut though, and feature for Bayern's second team this season. Tanzanian-born winger. His first international goal in the 5-0 win against Palestine in June.
Aduh, empatnya.
Bought himself a bit of time and space. The 1-2 with Bacchus is Irvin. Bench. Just to Suter. You can see now that Australia do feel more in control of the contest. Is Bench. One outside him. Not sure what he had in mind there as he's Bench.
Aduh.
It's given away by Isis.
Hati-hati.
Irvin.
Kelas Rizky Ridho.
Challenge on Goodwin by Rido.
It's a saya.
This is football here for Garcia Jakarta. The 22-year-old centre-back Rido. Squad in January. Corner number 7 then for Australia. It's whipped into the centre. Touch off Chan. As well, the Swansea full-back to head it behind. Relatively solid despite the fact Australia are having more of the ball now. Just a couple of chances for Harry Suter.
Hati-hati.
Aduh. Nice bit of skill, the ball whipped in by Irvin. It's going to be a free kick, foul on Oraman Goin.
Kartu bos.
So the ball clattered into by Craig Goodwin. The kick taken. Second international goal in that 1-1 draw against Saudi Arabia on Thursday. Did actually score his international debut, a 3-0 win away from home in March. It's for Dender in Belgium. 26 was formerly in the Netherlands with Groningen and Go Ahead Eagles.
Aduh, fall dong. No.
Shot by Irvin. Spotted by the referee who was right there. And there's just a nudge in the back as Sandy Walsh jumped for the ball. It was cute play, but not cute enough. Spotted by Salman Ahmad Falahi, the referee. Defending to do for Australia, who haven't had too much of late.
Bisa yuk.
Bong to deliver.
Gol-golnya dari set piece aja nih. Wih,
Wasn't a bad delivery at all.
hampir.
Yeah, but Jay Inter
Jay hampir.
just unable to stretch out the boot and get any kind of control on it. Teasing delivery.
Iya, hampir ya
It's
ampun.
too high. Either Hubner or Inzisu were the furthest forwards. Indonesia.
Marcel. Ya elah Marcelino.
Ran it. Flick into Duke. Well, he asked an awful lot there of Viran Kunda, who's quick, but he's not that quick. He's from Machida Zelvia in J1 in Japan. Side who won promotion last season from J2 and have taken the top flight by storm. Top for most of the campaign, but just knocked off the top before the break.
Aduh, hati-hati.
French Hiroshima is
Kelas Jay.
It's better from Australia. Duke almost in behind, but Indonesia did well to defend it. And here's Walsh.
Ragnar.
Or a man going.
So.
He's overplayed it. Gives it away to Jackson Irvin.
Balik. Perdong.
He's going for goal. Aaron Kunda.
Anjing, hampir anjir.
So unlucky. Cleared away by Itzes.
Anjir, hampir banget tadi coy.
Nestori Irakunda within
Anjir.
centimetres of giving Australia the lead. Well, they didn't close him down. They almost invited him to shoot, and he took the invite. Very nearly punished Indonesia. It's the let-off of the half for either team so far.
Untung tadi masih kena tiang. Kalau enggak bahaya anjir.
Irvin. This is Bedge.
Sorry guys, keceplosan guys tadi. Tadi bener-bener hampir sih. Hampir banget Australia gol. Untung aja nggak gol. Press. Aduh.
Now they're in trouble. It's Craig Goodwin in behind.
Kelas makin pas. Kelas.
Well, the feeling is that Australia are getting closer to taking the lead here. Where was the marking on Craig Goodwin?
Kelas makin pas.
It was a move that was always going to end with a shot once he was in. Martin Payes
Ini
did well
hampir
there to
banget nih.
close the angle, but he could do nothing about that one from Iran Kunda that rattled back off the post, and he was fortunate there actually, Martin Payes, that it didn't hit him and go back in over the line. How many times have we seen that happen?
Lihat apa? Lihat timnas. Lihat timnas guys.
Indonesia. And Nestor Iran Kunda really unlucky. 10 minutes to half time, 0-0, but Australia very much in the ascendancy.
Aduh, hati-hati.
Ball in, Silvera, back into the mixer.
And
now a chance to counter here.
strike.
Strike for Indonesia. Iran Kunda did well. Terrific chasing back from the
Aduh,
18.
sayang. HP masih panas nggak? Ini panas nih. Ya aku sambil cas by the way ini tuh. Ya aku itu sambil cas, cuman
Irvin. It's a very different game now to the opening quarter of an hour. Here's Burgess.
lawan siapa? Lawan Australia.
Suter. Sheffield United from Leicester City, Harry Suter. He's playing for Stoke and Dundee United in Scotland. He's actually born in Scotland and represented there at under-19s before he switched to Australia. foot it in, but kick given. It's all over Sandro Ciccati. Serie B last season with Parma helping them back into Serie A, the top flight of Italian football. Ciccati.
Hati-hati.
Set piece for Australia. They've had a succession of them.
Hati-hati. Mantap, mantap.
Delivery this time though from Goodwin. Behic. Way back to Matt Ryan. Busy opening 2 or 3 minutes, but there's a great deal to do since then. Just gets it away. Australian throw. Sea of red and white. You can just see a handful of those. The gold and green of Australia on the far side. It's Burgess. Now Behic. Suter. There's no real pressing here from Indonesia. Happy for Australia to have the ball. Indonesia preferring to get numbers back and defend deep. Australia on the counter. Tactic that served them well. General Thursday. Go across with a challenge on Goodwin. He was the player expected to start in behind Mitch Duke in the forward line, but he is on the left again. Is there a
Itu semua backgroundnya ya iyalah, kan nggak mungkin yang dari sana kayak gitu. Hati-hati. Mantap. Ih, counter Ragnar. Orat Mangun. Oke. Santai, bagus. Santai.
It needs to be concise than that, Indonesia.
Aduh.
Oraman going, put his foot on the ball, the chance was gone really. Ciccati's header. It's deflected off from Silvera for an Indonesian throw. Kochu knows his way to success.
Kerido, aduh.
Songnam, who won Chunma to the Asian Champions League win 14 years ago now in 2010. Competition he won as a player himself in its former guise as the Asian Club Championship back in 1995. Just a talking to, I think, for Rafael Struijk. He's lucky actually, it's only a talking to. I mean, that was a blatant pull on the shirt. It's for Donk. Joel moves it back. Ciccati battles for it. Kunda loses it.
Ragnar. Strike.
Indonesia come away with it. Struijk has it. The runner wanted to play forward, instead it's now with Mitch Duke for Australia.
Kelas C.
So it's got back and made it difficult for him though.
Ya, build up lagi dari belakang.
Sandy Walsh. Jenner. By Martin Pace. Look at the switch now in possession. It was the other way around in the opening 10 or 15 minutes. Australia have been in full control now for the last 25 minutes plus. A couple of chances for Harry Suter, the big one for Nestori Irankunda that clattered back off the post. Indonesia haven't had too much to look back on apart from that opening minute with
Aduh, bos.
strike.
Umpanmu.
Irvin. Behic. Suter to Bacchus.
Ya, press, Jenner.
With the foot in.
Marcel.
Australia keep possession though with Behic. Been immediately under pressure from Rizky Rido. Suter.
Guys, Ragnar.
There's the fans will have to wait until the 15th of November for their next home qualifier when Indonesia entertain Japan. Jumps to Bahrain and China to come next. It's Behic. Irvin. They're on top, but it's been.
Wah, tapi rumputnya GBK jelek sih guys. Ini bolanya aja mantul-mantul mulu ini. Wih, kelas. Ayo. Handle. Nah, kau kena kartu kuning gak tuh?
Craig Goodwin in the book for Australia. Great handball. Town midfielder who's joined Mitchell from Scotland where he was playing for St Mirren.
Wih, Sandy Walsh dapat.
Indonesia have it in a decent position.
Aduh,
Disappointing delivery
Jenner.
from Jenner. A bit more composure. Rankunda couldn't take advantage though. On back by Nathan Joao. Stayed down.
Hukna cedera.
It's his fifth appearance of this World Cup qualifying campaign, Hubner. It's actually owned by Wolves, currently on loan with Cerezo Osaka in J1 in Japan.
Hukna cedera, bahaya nih.
Seems to be the problem for Justin Hubner. Busy debut and he's been busy again. It's in pace. There's the save from Harry Suter. Good block. From the header as well. There's also a save from Craig Goodwin. Time he was beaten, he was saved by his left post.
Udah 45 menit aja guys. 2 menit tambahan waktu. Yuk bisa at least draw dulu half time. Nanti babak kedua Tom Haye kalau fit bisa main. Jadi biar nggak kecapean Tom Haye.
Tempo of the contest settled into what many thought it would be ahead of kick-off with Australia sitting and inviting Australia onto them.
Indonesia menang nggak? Semoga, amin.
It's the second part though that Indonesia have been struggling with.
Jauh.
Better when they were on the front foot in the opening.
Sandy. Aduh. Dapat lagi bolanya. Santai Rido. Aduh, Rido.
Too many passes going astray in the second part of this first half. Probably going to be the busier coach at half time. Shin Tae-yong. side most of his plan in place. They just need those finishing touches. Hayes gets it away. From Suter. From Rideau. Or by Chakati. Helped out by Bacchus.
Fluid.
Clears before the pressure came from Oraman going. It was a half-hearted single-man press though, really.
Okay. Hayes gets it away. Mana pelitnya nih? Aduh, nggak pelit-pelit.
One last attack for Australia. By Goodwin. It's clumsy.
Aduh, Yener, hati-hati dong.
He's never going to win the ball.
Udah mau pelit loh.
Don't be a worry for Indonesia. The amount of set pieces, not just the corners, but some needless free kicks that have been given away in and around the box. Hang on, Jenna with another one there. Is that Australia haven't been able to take full advantage, although Suter has had a couple of sights of the Indonesian goal from them.
Last attack dari Australia. Apakah
Making it round Bong Stadium. We're glad to hear the half-time whistle, so everybody can have a break.
hati-hati?
When it wasn't a bad ball, it's headed back across into the danger
Hampir.
area.
Oke,
Good
GG.
delivery. There was
Half time draw-nya
golden
harusnya.
green at the back post. It was Suter who got the head across. He's going to win most things in the air, is he, Harry Suter?
First half 0-0. Gak ada gol, gak ada ini. Ya guys, ini HP-nya juga udah panas. Jantung aman. Oke lah, kalau kayak gitu mungkin di end di sini live-nya. Thank you. Semoga bisa menang atau at least draw. Thank you guys yang udah ikut live hari ini.